Up in a painted cup, I will pour my love from a cloud above. So bright I can see the lights, taking you up and above the blue sky. It's good to be drinking all of the honey sweet brew of ours. Up in a painted cup, right in the sky like a firefly. Like a firefly.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull.
So today is a pretty big day, but before I get into any of the things that are happening today, I have a few important updates and things to share. And I want to start with the one that I am most excited about, and that is my freezer. I built out my van by myself with no experience. About a year after that build, I decided to pull out about half of my kitchen and kind of remodel it to fit a 60-liter freezer. In doing that, I needed to upgrade my solar setup to accommodate for those changes and the extra pull of the freezer. About a month ago now, maybe about a month and a half ago, I ended up adding a solar panel to my roof, and my friend Erin helped me with some of the internal settings of the solar setup. So I'm here today to announce that my solar is great and my freezer has not shut off in over 3 weeks now. I made the decision to contact a local ranch here in Montana, and this is what my freezer looks like now. And that was the plan all along. This freezer allows me to have awesome experiences with that local rancher, and it also allows me to store my own wild fish and game. I love fishing, and I am headed out on my first archery mule deer hunt in about 3 weeks. So a little mission, you could say, in my life is just to grow a lot closer to my food and not be as detached to the things that I'm eating. And so I'm really excited to hopefully in a few weeks be able to fill my little 60-liter freezer with some venison that I have gone through the work and the process and the mental, physical, and emotional aspect around sourcing my own meat. But I'm not even done yet, because the best part of this, okay, it's not the best part, but it's a really good part, is that, so it's been pretty hot here in Montana, and so I have been taking advantage of this. And man, do I feel lucky to have ice. Wow. Alright, but here is the big announcement. If you haven't been over on Instagram and you haven't been listening to the podcast, Chris and I and both of our rigs and both of our dogs will be taking on the Wisconsin Northwoods this winter. The plan is to really challenge ourselves with home prepping our food, putting in wood stoves in both of our rigs so that we can rely solely on wood to heat our homes. Chris and I will be sitting down and doing a question and answer about this whole situation very soon. We just want to make sure that people know what's going on before we sit down and do that, so here's the announcement. And that is a perfect intro into what we're doing today. How do you feel?
I'm excited to get started. Very excited to get started.
Because we've been talking about this for a while.
It's definitely a big build-up, so hopefully it goes well. Hopefully we don't blow anything up.
Because neither of our rigs are necessarily super efficient as far as like stovetops go, we decided to get an outdoor propane thing. Also, this means that we're not heating up our rigs either, because that matters when you live in a tiny space. So we get to do all of this outside. That was one of the best peaches I've ever had. We have a surprise in our peach. I decided I just wanted to eat this one because it looked so good. And look at, there's a little dude in there hanging out.
It's not just storing, they're actually aging in the house.
Yeah.
Cups of water.
2.5. We're making the brine on my little camp stove, and we're prepping for pickles. So a lot of today we're doing a lot of pickling. They're gonna be spicy.
Good.
I know, I know salt. It's just hard for me to. So right now I am working on some really beautiful bulk oyster mushrooms that I got the other day. Pickled mushrooms is one of my favorite snacks, and I didn't really know that until my brother Josiah came home and made homemade Bloody Marys with pickled oyster mushrooms. And so whenever I have pickled mushrooms now, I think of Josiah, and I have yet to have a pickled mushroom as good as the ones that he makes. So Jojo, you're gonna have to come visit us and we'll open a jar of pickled mushrooms for you.
We started at what, 11?
And it's 4 p.m. and we have 12 jars. It's been quite the learning process.
Really, a lot of it was double checking vlogs. It was asking, like right now on my computer, we're a part of a Slack group, half-baked, barely measured, where you can ask questions, and we ask questions about the mushroom. So it's not like we're in a continuous flow. We're still trying to figure out the best way to do it. We're just barely diving in right now. Yeah,
so today we still have peaches and tomatoes, and we cannot wait another day because they're on their last. Where are you going?
I was going to say we might need to check the propane too. Well, if they are leaking, then we're getting Bloody Mary stuff, and we're having Bloody Marys tomorrow.
Yeah, we've decided that if we screwed up all of these mushrooms, that we're just going to have a Bloody Mary day and put them in Bloody Marys. So we're going to take a little break to jump in the water and cool off, and then get ready to finish up with the peaches and the tomatoes. And I would love to do some pesto tonight as well.
Big food prep day.
Big food prep day. One of many, the first of many.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, ready to jump in the water?
Absolutely. It is toasty. Go!
Akela! Hey, girl. Holy crap, it gets deep quick. Kobe's, come on. Good girl. you just tripped on a rock. You guys, my neck. Kobe's!
Come on!
Kobe's, come on!
Come on, buddy!
Kobe's, come on!
He like wants to. You can go back. Run. I like to give her a little boost. Turbo!
So the sun is positioned now to where the awning provides no shade. It is hot, but we've moved on to peaches. I am doing everything I can not to eat all of these peaches because they are incredible. The plan was not to skin these. We don't care that there's skin on them, and we just didn't want to go through the work of blanching the peaches. But since they've been sitting in this hot sun for a little while, the skin is just peeling off. So without any extra water, we still get skinned peaches. All right, the last thing are the tomatoes. We didn't want to bite off more than we could chew, so we don't have many tomatoes for this round.
Another thing that's interesting about all this is incredibly water intensive. Like, I feel like we've used more water today than we do in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Moving around out here, like just even our drinking water alone, how much we're drinking today because we're running around out here in the heat.
Mm-hmm. It almost seems like if we were to do a really big day of this, like a big day of canning, like triple what we did today, it would make sense to be at a place with water available. Alright, these are the last 4 jars of the day. We have 3 tomato and then our last peach. So we'll just be setting our timer, taking the peach one out, and then allowing the tomatoes to finish their time in here. Here's what we got for the peaches. They look so good. I promised myself that no matter how tired I was after the day of canning, that I would still shoot my bow tonight. So that's what I'm doing. Hello. It is a new day. We originally had planned to do some adventuring today, going up north, checking out some beautiful areas. We know that we don't have much time to prep food, so we are doing more food prep today. We decided that one of our main staples is going to be tomatoes. It's easy to can, relatively cheap. We can use it for a lot of different things. So you are sitting on 13 boxes of tomatoes, but we learned a few things yesterday. Number 1, sticking with one food is going to be easiest for us. So we're not wasting water by washing things in between. So we're just sticking with tomatoes today. Number 2, some drinks would be nice. We got some fancy vodka and Bloody Mary mix, and we're gonna have a grand old time enjoying some Bloody Marys while we can today. Number 3, entertainment will be really nice considering we kind of are in a flow now with what we're doing. So we are going to just binge watch alone today while we're canning. Am I helping you wash?
Yeah, I was gonna do the lids.
Okay.
So
Chris has to do the lids because he can't fit his hand in the jars to wash.
nope.
So
sticking a little knife down in there doesn't do a very good job either.
So that's my job.
Unpicking is like, I will last here on plant food as long as I last.
Man, I really needed that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Akela's just wanting to be really close to us, but she's getting tomato juice all over her face. Hey, Akela. Yesterday when we did our tomatoes, we did what they call cold pack. And something that we noticed from a lot of the things that we did yesterday was that there's a big space in the jars where we feel like we could have fit a lot more things in. So we're trying hot packing today, which usually means that you can fit more in your jars. So that's what we're hoping for.
Like doing something in the outdoors or calling that done. I can't tap without putting every last bit I have into it.
Vitamins and history books, psychology and a different way to look at it all. 'Cause my perspective is broken. If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet. But I'm so tired of wandering. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm living. Yeah, I'm lost. Can I be forgiven?
Good morning. It's early and we're both exhausted, but there's this really beautiful place about an hour and a half north of us. And I really wanted to try to just move up there, but I couldn't find any public land around the area. These last few weeks have been exhausting and I really wanted to sleep in, but there are some big fish in this river, so that comes first.
So of course I didn't get any of this on camera, but check out the most beautiful trout that Chris got.
This is the biggest trout that I've ever caught. So this is more like, no exaggeration, catching sockeye silver salmon up in Alaska, which I did for like 5 years. And this is like a nice silver salmon, and this is a trout, which is just absolutely crazy to me. Linnea helped by getting the net, and he jumped out of the net the first time, and then he started fighting really hard, and I thought he was going to get off, and then obviously we landed him. So I have processed salmon. I've never done trout, so I'm actually going to watch Linnea process this because I don't want to waste any of the meat. It's kind of like you try and get every ounce of meat that you can and appreciate the animal. So I'm going to watch her do that and learn how to do some trout. I'm over here, babe.
Check this cool thing out. How neat is that? Okay, look at what I found. This is so cool. It is a completely full snake skin. All the way from the very tip of the tail to its face. You can see the eyeballs, the mouth. This is so cool. Babe, look at how cool this is. From my shoulder, it touches the ground. That's a big snake. That's so cool. All right, I need to get in this water. I'm hot. Well, we are back home, you know, what we're calling home for now, on this beautiful little lake. The sun is almost down. It is like 7 o'clock p.m. We had an amazing day of fishing. The only trout that we caught was that big one, but that's gonna be an amazing meal for Chris and I. We left like the most beautiful weather. It was sunny all day, there was a little bit of cloud cover, and the night has just turned into this like really beautiful windy storm. There's like white caps out on this little lake. Check it out. Kobuck isn't a big fan of the wind. Do you want to come in here? Kobuck, you can come in here. Come on in. You doing okay with the wind? The van is his safe space. You don't care at all, do ya? Well, for the remainder of the night, I need to pack up because I'm flying out tomorrow across the country for the first time since Iceland. I'm leaving Akela, and that's always really hard for me to do. But she's gonna stay with Chris and Kobuck, and then I'm catching a flight tomorrow at 8:55 a.m. So, I would normally say, Akela and I will see you next week, but I will see you next week. Look at your fat ass puke.
A big ass pickle. Oh, you like my big ass pickle?
Stop. Well, do you want to say hi to the camera?
Well, I'm in the toilet.
Well, nobody knows that. I used to pick potato bugs off of my mom's potato plants in the garden, and she would give me a penny a bug.
Did you get rich?
I never got rich, no. I think she was ripping me off.
One of these.
That one is leaking again. I think we've got some mushrooms siphoning. We just learned what that meant today.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.